the 77th Annual Academy Awards on ABC. Brought to you by...
Yes, we're here to interview you. And who's our next guest arriving? Oh, wow. It looks like Jay Barrick. What's going on, Jay? How have you been?
I'm good.
What are you looking forward to most about tonight's event?
The Aviator sweeping.
Wow, you're the second person who said that.
Full sweep of the Aviator, although I think Jamie Foxx is going to get Best Actor.
You think? Oh.
But other than that, it's full sweep.
Awesome.
And supporting actress, actress, because the Aviator doesn't have anybody nominated.
Okay, well, I hope you enjoy your evening.
Well, thank you.
Yes. Welcome.
Thank you.
Hi there.
We have Ron and Mary, special guests, now entering down through the red carpet. Welcome. We'd like to welcome you both. What are you looking forward to most for tonight's event?
The Aviator Awards.
Anything else?
I want to see my bag of goodies.
Your
I
what?
think everybody that comes to the Oscar Awards gets a bag of goodies.
Oh, you'll be getting some. You just know it. Well, we hope you enjoy your evening. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Okay.
Since movies began, we've been under their spell. They could touch us, make us think, make us nervous, make us feel terrific. For over 100 years, movies have found ways to take us in any direction we desire. In some directions, few of us even dream of. Today's movies look and sound brand new, but they're really tied to the past. We still have stories about family and kids, but sometimes they're a little different.
I see dead people.
And we'll always have heroes, except some are, you know, different now.
What's your reason for seeing Roger Smith?
We're making a film.
We still root for the underdog, cheer for the rebel.
I'm walking here!
Laugh at the clown. And love lovers. Just like always. They're all just a little different. Good movies stay with us no matter what century we're in. There's something about them, and we don't know exactly what it is, that's timeless. They tell us where we came from and where we're going. Tonight, just like the Academy Awards themselves, it is about the future and the past and how they come together in so many remarkable and unexpected ways.
Now, please welcome our host for this evening, Chris Rock.
to the 77th and last Academy Awards. So great night tonight. We have like 4 black nominees tonight. So great. It's kind of like the Deaf Oscar Jam tonight. Now, remember when you were a kid and every movie was incredible? Every movie was magic? Oh, they were all great. Then you grow up and you watch some of those same movies and you're like, Rocky V sucks. Now, I love the Oscars. You know why I love the Oscars? Because the Oscars are the only award show where the people getting awards don't perform. That's right, there's no acting at the Oscars. None at all. You go to the Grammys, they're singing. You go to the Tony Awards, they singing and dancing. You go to the Source Awards, they singing, dancing, and shooting, okay? But there's no acting at the Oscars at all. Can I get a little acting? Just a to be or not to be, a Morgan Freeman do a shampoo commercial, something, right? Like, the only acting you ever see at the Oscars, and when people act like they're not mad, they lost. Like, I remember one year when Halle Berry won the Oscar, Nicole Kidman was smiling so wide, she should have won an Emmy at the Oscars for her great performance. I was like, if you'd have done that in the movie, you would have won an Oscar, girl. But I love the movies. I love all the movies. I love the good ones and the bad ones, okay? You ever see a movie so bad that you question the actor's finances? Like, I saw this movie Boat Trip the other day, and I immediately sent Cuba Gooding a check for $80. Now, you figure, why don't some movies work? Well, because the studios make them too fast, okay? If you can't get a star, wait. Just wait. And they like to say, oh, there's 100 stars out tonight. No, there's not. There's only 4 real stars, and the rest are just popular people, okay? Like Clint Eastwood's a star. That's a star, okay? Clint Eastwood is a star, okay? All right? Tobey Maguire's just a boy in tights, okay? Okay, if you can't get a star, wait. If you want Tom Cruise and all you can get is Jude Law, wait. It's not the same thing, okay? Who is Jude Law? Why is he in every movie I have seen the last 4 years? He's in everything. Even the movies he's not acting in. If you look at the credits, he made cupcakes or something. He's in everything. He's gay, he's straight, he's American, he's British. Next year, he's playing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the movie. If you can't get a star, wait, okay? If you want Russell Crowe and all you can get is Colin Farrell, wait. It's not the same thing, okay? Alexander's not Gladiator, okay? Ja Rule's not Tupac. You got that? I love Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe, to me, is one of the greatest actors in the world, okay? I think all period pieces should star Russell Crowe. Everything. If you're doing a movie about the past, you best to get Russell's ass, okay? I don't care if you're making a movie about 3 weeks ago, you need to get Russell Crowe. Because Russell will do the research about 3 weeks ago. He'll cut his hair like 3 weeks ago. He will walk like 3 weeks ago. He will talk like 3 weeks ago. And you'll close your eyes and you'll listen and go, that sounds like 3 weeks ago. If you can't get a star, wait, okay? If you want Denzel and all you can get is me, wait. Okay? Right? Denzel's a fine actor, okay? He would never make Pootie Tang. You got that? You know, after I made Pootie Tang, Cuba Gooding sent me a check for $80. Now, this year in Hollywood, some of the most controversial movies no one wanted to make, man. Some of the best movies of the year, nobody wanted to make, man. You know, one of my favorite movies this year was Fahrenheit 9/11. Fahrenheit 9/11 was beautiful. Michael Moore did not get nominated for an Oscar, okay? Right now, Michael Moore's going, I should have just made Super Size Me. I've done the research. Hey, you know, a lot of people like to bash Bush. I'm not gonna bash Bush here tonight. I saw Fahrenheit 9/11. I think Bush is a genius. I think Bush did some things this year nobody in this room could do. Nobody in this room could pull off, okay? Because Bush basically reapplied for his job this year. Now, could you imagine applying for a job, and while you're applying for that job, there's a movie in every theater in the country that shows how much you suck at that job? It'd be hard to get hired, wouldn't it? Because I watched Fahrenheit, I learned some stuff, man. And Bush did some things you could never get away with at your job, man. Never, ever, ever. You know, when Bush got in the office, they had a surplus of money. Now there's like a $70 trillion deficit. Now, just imagine you worked at the Gap. You closing out your register, and it's $70 trillion short. The average person would get in trouble for something like that, right? Not Bush, no. Then he started a war. That's cool, support the troops, he started a war. Now just imagine you worked at the Gap. You're $70 trillion behind on your register, and then you start a war with Banana Republic. Because you say they got toxic tank tops over there. You have the war, people are dying, 1,000 Gap employees are dead. That's right, bleeding all over the khakis. You finally take over Banana Republic and you find out they never made tank tops in the first place. Yeah, man, another movie nobody wanted to make this year, another movie nobody wanted to make was a big religious movie, Passion of the Christ, man. That's right, Passion of the Christ. I saw Passion of the Christ. Not that funny, really. Nobody wanted to make Passion of the Christ, man. Come on, they made 6 police academies and can't make one Passion of the Christ. They had no problem making Hellboy, but made Passion of the Christ. That means Jude Law could get in a club easier than Mel Gibson and Jesus. But at least here's one thing. You know, I can relate because, you know, a lot of Jewish people were offended by Passion of Christ. A lot of Jewish people were mad about Passion of Christ. And I could relate because I had to deal with a movie called Soul Plane this year. I will trade you Passion of the Christ for Soul Plane any day of the week, okay? See, at least they make movies for white people to enjoy. Real movies with plots, with actors, not rappers, with real names, like Catch Me If You Can, you know, like Saving Private Ryan. Black movies don't have real names. You get names like Barbershop. That's not a name, that's just a location. Barbershop, cookout, car wash. They've been making the same movie for 40 years. That's right, you know Laundromat's coming soon. And after that, check cash in place. All right, before we start the show, I just want to send some love out to all our troops fighting all over the world for freedom right now. That's right, let's send it out to the troops. Now, our first presenter is an Academy Award winner for her role in Monsters Ball and will next be seen in the eagerly awaited Catwoman 2. Give it up for Halle Berry.
"77 years ago, the first Oscar was cast. It was originated with a sketch by the legendary art director Cedric Gibbons. Tonight, it is my honor to cast the first Oscar of the evening for achievement in art direction. Please join me in welcoming this year's wonderful nominees. In The Aviator, the colorful life of Howard Hughes was the inspiration for the art direction of Dante Ferretti and the set decoration of Francesca Lasciavo. In Finding Neverland, the story behind the creation of Peter Pan was portrayed in the art direction of Gemma Jackson and the set decoration of Trisha Edwards. The film Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events has brought nothing but good fortune to art director Rick Heinrichs and set decorator Cheryl Karasik. The stage version of Andrew Lloyd Webber's The Phantom of the Opera was spirited onto the silver screen with the art direction of Anthony Pratt and the set decoration of Celia Boback. In a very long engagement, the art direction of Aline Bonetto swept us through a passionate story of love and loss set in France during World War I. And the Oscar goes to Dante Ferretti for The Aviator, and for set decoration, Francesca Lasciavo.
This is the 8th nomination for Dante Ferretti and 6th for Francesca Lasciavo. Tonight they win their first Academy Award.
Good evening. Thank you for this great honor tonight to be here. Thank you to the Academy. I would like to say thank you, first of all, to Martin Scorsese. Great, great, great director, which we love very, very much. And I want to say thank you to all the producers, to Graham King, Michael Mann, to Harvey Weston, and all the entire art department, which without them it was impossible for me to do this for us. Thank you.
Just I'd like to say this Oscar is for Melissa, Edoardo, and Giorgio.
Welcome, Mickey and Roy. Thanks for co-hosting this year's event.
Welcome.
And what are you looking forward to most about tonight's event?
The prizes, winning the prizes, all of the prizes.
Ooh.
And Leonardo
Don't you want to know
DiCaprio.
who my dress is from?
Yes, and we'd like to ask you about your dress,
Don't
please.
you want to know what designer it
And the
was?
shoes. Ooh, love those shoes. Let me do a little
This is
close-up on that
Nordstrom
shoe.
Rack.
Ooh, and it's made by Versace.
Oh, sure. I can find that at Nordstrom Rack every day.
And Roy, is
and
that
I'm
a new
just-
suit you're
no,
wearing?
I'm
Let's
just,
see that tie. Let me
Doesn't
get a
he
close
look
up on
quite
that.
like, doesn't he
Snappy.
look very Hollywood with the glasses on?
Yes, you both look very Hollywood. Welcome.
A little bling.
Have a good evening.
Well, thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right, thanks. Welcome, Louie and Jean, all the way from Minnesota. And what are you looking forward to the most this evening?
I have my cocktail shirt on.
The food and all the prizes.
The food
And
and the
who do you?
cocktails.
And what about the awards? Have you?
Companionship and the announcement of the awards.
And all the friends and neighborly people.
Companionship.
And so you've seen quite a few
okay.
movies this year, we've heard.
Plenty.
Yes.
2 last night, in fact.
Did you like those? What movies did you see last night?
Every movie we've seen has been very good. Every movie we have seen.
Do you remember the names of the movies you saw last night?
Yes, but last night, oh, that was easy. See Inside and Finding Neverland.
Good.
Right.
All right. Have a good evening. Thank
Both very
you.
good. Thank you.
Do it.
Okay, Jean, let's tell us about your outfit tonight.
Okay, my dress is by Celeste.
Oh,
My
very
jewelry
nice.
is from antique from an aunt. And my shoes are designed by Anne.
Oh, let's get a close up on those shoes. Very nice.
Oh, this is fantastic.
And let me get a close up on that brooch. Your hand was in the way earlier. Very nice.
This next actress has incredible range. She put on 25 pounds to play Bridget Jones, and this year she's putting on 80 pounds to play Deacon Jones. Please welcome Academy Award winner Renee Zellweger.
5 tremendously talented actors were nominated by their peers for their stunning performances in supporting roles. Here they are. Alan Alda in The Aviator.
You want to go to war with me? It isn't me, Howard. It's the United States government. We just beat Germany and Japan. Who the hell are you?
Thomas Hayden Church in Sideways.
Please, I can't lose Christine, Miles. I can't. I know I did a bad thing, all right? And I know I'm a bad person. But you gotta help me. You have to help me, Miles. Okay? Tell me you'll help me. If I lose Christine, I am nothing.
Jamie Foxx in Collateral.
Hey, why don't you just take the cab? Take the cab? Yeah, you take it. I'll chill. I'll just chill. They don't even know who's driving these things half the time anyway, man. They never check or anything. Okay, so just take it. You, me.
You promise not to tell anybody, right?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. Promise.
Morgan Freeman in $1 Million Baby.
Oh, man. I thought your name was Danger. Come on now. Oh, I see. Now I get to fight a retard and an old man.
Get a job, punk.
Clive Owen in Closer.
Why did you marry me?
I stopped seeing him. I wanted us to work.
Why did you tell me you wanted children?
Because I did.
And now you want children with him?
Yes.
But we're happy, aren't we?
And the Oscar goes to Morgan Freeman, $1 Million Baby.
This is the first Academy Award and 4th nomination for Morgan Freeman. He was previously nominated for his supporting role in Street Smart and leading roles in Driving Miss Daisy and Shawshank Redemption.
Heaven to Murgatroyd. I want to thank everybody and anybody who ever had anything at all to do with the making of this picture. But I especially want to thank Clint Eastwood for giving me the opportunity to work with him again and to work with Hilary Swank. This was a labor of love. And I thank the Academy. I thank you so very much.
We'll be back.
Welcome, Ann and Barry, to the 2nd annual Academy Award winning show at Ann and Barry's Lodge. You look beautiful tonight.
Thank you.
Oh, you guys are fantastic. And who was your dress by, Ann?
Yes, this is a Versace.
Oh, Versace. Very nice.
Yes, thank you. And the shawl is actually, Bear gave that to me as a gift.
Ooh,
And
very
it was,
good.
Given to him by Celeste, our neighbor.
Now my suit is designed by a German outfit called White Trash.
Oh, sounds very important.
Yeah, white trash. Yeah.
All right. Okay, would you folks stand together so I can get a good, okay, there you are, very good. If you wish to proceed in and to the cocktail lounge, we'll seat you. Thank you very much.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the nominees of the cream of this year's crop of animated features are
The Incredibles, Brad Bird.
I just need a pass job.
This is Mega Mash, outmoded but very sturdy, and you've torn right through it. What have you been doing, Robert? Moonlighting hero work?
Must have happened a long time ago.
I see.
Shark Tale, Build the Mash Pit.
Lenny, what are you doing?
What? I was just, picking you some flowers. Hey, Mom said it's not okay to hit. Ah!
Mom's not here. Da-dum. Da-dum.
Don't.
Da-dum, da-dum, da-dum,
Don't.
da-dum, da-dum, ba-da-ba-da.
Shrek 2, Andrew Adamson.
Mom, Dad, I'd like you to meet my husband, Shrek.
Well, it's easy to see where Fiona gets her good looks from.
And the Oscar goes to... Don't feel bad about the Pixar people. They have iPod stock. They're gonna be okay. The Oscar goes to The Incredibles. Brad Bird!
This is the first Academy Award and second nomination tonight for Brad Bird.
You too.
Oh, thank you so much. I don't know what's more frightening, being watched by millions of people or the hundreds of people that are going to be annoyed with me tomorrow for not mentioning them tonight. But I just want to thank the Holy Trinity of Pixar, my good friend John Lasseter, Ed Catmull, Steve Jobs, for making the greatest studio on the face of the earth.
Welcome to the second annual Academy Awards, hosted by Ann and Barry. All right, take your time. Will you have a minute for an interview?
We don't know. Yes, do you have a moment? I'd like to interview the two of you, and I'd just like to ask you what you're looking forward to most about this year's awards.
We are looking very much forward to winning an award tonight, but as my agent told me that it's not going to be possible because I wasn't in any of the movies.
Oh, well, there were some other obscure awards that potentially you could be up for.
Oh, really?
That's what I heard.
That's what we will be looking forward
Like
to.
best tie? Best tie.
All right.
Best socks? Best socks?
Shoes are good. We're also looking at shoes. And
Very
by
nice,
the way, if
very
you want to
nice.
give us a spin, let us know about your outfit. Is it Versace? What is
Chanel.
it? Chanel, of course. Yes, and very nice. And shoes, very nice. Ooh, I like the pants. And the diamonds. Oh my goodness,
Yes,
are those diamonds?
Very real diamonds.
Bravo. Very nice. Congratulations.
All right.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
thank you
Well,
for
come on in and start enjoying yourselves. Hope you win tonight. Okay, welcome to the second annual Academy Awards celebration
Oh yes.
at Ann and
Lori-
Barry's.
And Lori and Rachel are approaching us, and they're no strangers to the red carpet. And so tell us, who's made your dress, Rachel?
Oh, I can't tell. I never tell.
Ooh, that's right. I forgot that about you. And Lori?
Tonight I'm wearing a Banana Republic
Wow.
and Marc Jacobs. Thank you.
Very nice. And the shoes, could you get a close-up on those shoes?
Oh my
Lovely.
God, those are the shoes. Lord have
And so,
mercy on us.
Tell us, what are you looking forward to most about tonight's event?
Oh, I guess to see who the winner is, either under, I forget, the Clint Eastwood one. The
Yes, $1 Million Baby.
Yeah, or what's the other one? The Martin. No.
Aviator.
Yeah.
There you
The winner.
go. Those are my favorites too.
But I haven't seen either.
Oh, you have?
Oh, well, tonight you'll decide
Did you
what.
see Sideways yet?
No.
Okay, we talked about that
I
last
know.
time. Yeah. Have you seen any of the movies?
Sideways.
Did you like it?
We just moved, so I'm a little bit behind on going to the movies.
Yeah. No worries.
All right.
Well, we're glad you're here. We hope you
Thank you.
enjoy.
All right, come on in.
Have a great evening, Star.
Thank you.
I was watching the red carpet show.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Incredibles 1, you know, I love the Incredibles. Next year they have the black version coming out. It's called The Heights. So this next presenter was so convincing as Katharine Hepburn that Sidney Poitier went to her house last night for dinner, okay? Please welcome Academy Award nominee Cate Blanchett.
The category is makeup. The artists who work their magic in this area use a variety of tools to create miniature works of art, sometimes to enhance an actor's features and sometimes to distort them, but always working in the service of the truth of the film. Here are the nominees for achievement in makeup this year. Valley O'Reilly and Bill Corso for Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. Keith Vanderloon and Christian Tinsley for The Passion of the Christ. Joe Allen and Manuel Garcia for The Sea Inside. And the Oscar goes to Valley O'Reilly and Bill Corso for Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events.
This is the first Oscar nomination for Valley O'Reilly and Bill Corso.
Making my parents so proud. Colleen Atwood for being such a good friend and always hiring me and inspiring me. Brad Silberling, Mitch, Kathleen, Medusa, and Tanya for working so hard. And I'd like to formally apologize to all the actors for making them look so unfortunate. But it was worth it, wasn't it? Thank you.
Mr. Lemony Snicket, please don't write any more of these books. They're corrupting our youth. Brad Silberling, I'm sorry you did such a good job in this movie. DreamWorks, Paramount, Nickelodeon. Brad Silberling, why'd you have to do such a good job? And Jim Carrey, if you weren't so good, I wouldn't be standing up here, and I thank you for that. I shared this with you, Morgan, Valley, everybody. Thank you.
Welcome, the multi-talented Drew Barrymore.
Good evening. Our first nomination in the category Original Song is from The Chorus, a lovely and inspiring film about a group of unruly orphans and delinquents whose lives are changed through singing. The nominated song from the film is entitled Look to Your Path, and the English translation suggests that there is a golden light that always shines at the end of the path. It was written by Bruno Coulet and Christophe Baratier and will be sung in French this evening by the beautiful Beyoncé and the American Boy Choir.
Tu es là, sans accueil de la nuit, l'onde d'espoir, à toi de la vie, sentier de gloire, sentier de gloire, sentier de gloire. Pour nos enfants, toi vis, tout vie est effacé, le mieux d'aurait brillé sans fin tout au bout de chemin. Sans accueil de la nuit, l'onde d'espoir, à dos de la vie, sentier de gloire. Sentier de gloire, sentier de là des mains.
Richard Burton.
All right, thank you for coming.
Would you mind stopping for an interview?
Not at all.
Lovely gown. And who's your dress by this evening?
Dolce & Gabbana.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Ooh, and you're sporting that new diamond necklace made especially for you tonight.
Harry Winston.
Ooh, very nice. Welcome, welcome. And what are you looking forward to most about the Oscars tonight?
Jamie Foxx.
That's right. I think he's going to win. So,
Well, welcome. We hope you
a
enjoy.
little late, but...
We left our dip outside. We didn't
All right,
down the red
that's
carpet.
okay. We'll get it.
Okay.
All right, thanks.
Now, you often hear that Hollywood is out of touch with the rest of the country. So I decided to get out of Hollywood and talk to regular people about the movies. So I left the Kodak Theater and went down to the Magic Johnson Theater. Let's take a look. What was your favorite movie this year?
Alien versus Predator.
Alien versus Predator. Now, what was your favorite movie last year?
Last year, probably Saw.
Saw. What was your favorite movie this year?
I guess Chronicles of Riddick. It's pretty good.
Chronicles of Riddick. Yeah. So you're a Vin Diesel fan?
Of his movies, yeah.
Okay, now what was your second favorite movie?
No second favorite movie this year.
So it just stops at Chronicles of Riddick?
Yeah, it stops at Chronicles of Riddick.
Did you see Sideways?
No.
No, I didn't.
No, I didn't.
Did you see Finding Neverland?
No.
No.
Did you see Finding Neverland?
No.
Did you see $1 Million Baby?
Didn't see that.
No, I didn't.
Did you see $1 Million Baby?
No, I sure didn't. I can't lie, and I'm not gonna front to these people out here and tell you, yeah, I seen it.
Did you see Aviator?
No. No.
Did you see The Aviator?
Was that the dude that played in The Beach?
Yeah, the same guy from The Beach. Did you see White Chick?
Oh, yeah, I love White Chick. Yeah.
Did you see White Chicks?
Yes. I love that movie.
Did you see White Chicks?
Yeah, I seen that.
Okay.
That was good.
Did you see Sideways?
Yes.
Did you see Finding Neverland?
Yes, I did.
Did you see $1 Million Baby?
Oh, yes.
Did you see White Chicks?
Best movie of the year. They got robbed.
You just won the Oscar. I want you to give your acceptance speech.
Okay. Let me have it.
I want to thank my little sister, definitely my inspiration.
I want to thank my mom, my dad for bringing me. Chris, you are really up on me. Step back.
All the fans, all the directors.
Harvey Weinstein?
Of course.
I got so many people that I want to thank. My baby, of course. Little Damon. Hi, baby.
What about the baby's daddy?
Sweet, sweet.
I want to thank my mom, my dad, my sisters.
Yeah, those who thought I couldn't win one, kiss my black.
For those of you all just tuning in, I know some people are going, damn, Whoopi looks good. All right. Right now, I want you to please welcome Scarlett Johansson. Come on.
This year, I was asked to host the Scientific and Technical Awards. It was such an honor to meet the minds behind the machinery we use to create some of the most important moments in cinema. Our SciTech honors are bestowed at an exclusive dinner that's one of the nicest events on the Academy's calendar. Following this year's banquet, here are some of the awards that I was delighted to present. The Academy presented its Award of Merit for the engineering and development of the Luma camera crane and remote system for motion picture production.
If I may say, it's like having a new baby in the family. But this one was a 25-year period of gestation. I am very, 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 very happy to get this Oscar.
The Luma crane is still used today on prestigious movies like Harry Potter, Troy, Girl with the Pearly Ring, and many, many others.
For the invention and continuing development of the Technocrane telescoping camera crane, the Academy's Award of Merit was presented to Horst Borbula.
About 20 years ago, I tried to be a filmmaker. And when I made this film, I made also a crane. And now I'm very glad that this crane has this Oscar. Thank you.
The coveted Gordon E. Sawyer Award was presented to Tak Miyagishima for a lifetime of achievement in the science and technology of film.
There must have been others more or just as deserving as I would be. But in saying that, I still accept this, so thank you all.
Most of the winners are here tonight, so let's give our congratulations to all of them.
He's suave and sophisticated. Please welcome Pierce Brosnan.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please forgive the voice or lack of voice, but I am delighted to be here tonight to acknowledge the work of a group of artists with a great sense of style. Please join me in welcoming this year's nominees for achievement in costume design. And here to assist me from The Incredibles, costume designer Edna Mode. You know, Edna, costume design is...
It's all right, darling. You can turn off the prompter. I know what I want to say. I am honored to present the evening's most prestigious award.
Well, I wouldn't say the most...
prestigious award? Film is a marvelous medium for fashion display. Sometimes the models emote too much, but...
Models? We're actors.
I like your little performances, darling. Drama emphasizes the movement of the costumes. What was that Nyla Dixon and Richard Taylor show last year? The three-part show with the gnomes.
Lord of the Rings.
Yes, Nyla's costumes came alive for me. I felt that this is what wearing clothes in Middle-earth must have been like.
The nominees are...
Yes, thank you, darling. The nominees are... For the sumptuous costumes of The Aviator, nominee Sandy Powell drew her inspiration from the larger-than-life story of Howard Hughes in the golden age of Hollywood. For Finding Neverland, nominee Alexandra Byrne recreated fashions from turn-of-the-century England, when author J.M. Barrie wrote his timeless children's classic, Peter Pan. More children, I see. This time, in Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events, the costumes of nominee Colleen Atwood perfectly captured the innocence of the Baudelaire family as they maneuvered their way around the devious Count Olaf and other ne'er-do-wells. For Ray, the costumes of nominee Sharon Davis followed the highs and lows of the 50-year career of legendary singer, songwriter, and performer Ray Charles. For Troy, nominee Bob Ringwood had the daunting task of providing costumes for the fierce armies of ancient Greece, the heroic men who led them, and the woman whose beauty could launch 1,000 ships.
And the Oscar goes to... Sandy Powell for The Aviator.
This is the second Academy Award and sixth nomination for Sandy Powell.
There's so many people to thank, but most importantly, I'd like to thank my colleagues and partners in crime. Debbie Scott, Annie Hadley, John Cowell, Lisa Padovani, and David Davenport. Also, a big, big thank you to Marty for being the inspiration for us all. Thank you.
That's two for The Aviator. So if Howard Hughes were here right now, he wouldn't shake hands with anybody. When our next presenter is not dazzling us with his acting ability, he's boring us to death with his politics. Please welcome Academy Award winner Tim Robbins. Come on.
Their roles were vastly different, yet each managed to steal our hearts. They are this year's outstanding nominees for Actress in a Supporting Role. The nominees are... Kate Blanchett in The Aviator.
I take 7 showers a day to keep clean. Also because I'm what's so vulgarly referred to as outdoorsy. Well, I'm not outdoorsy, I'm athletic. I sweat. There it is. Now we both know the sordid truth. I sweat, and you're deaf. Aren't we a fine pair of misfits?
Laura Linney in Kinsey.
I've been reading up on gall wasps. I think I know why they appeal to you. They have great big wings, but they can't fly. They're incapable of getting from this hill to that hill unless it's close enough to walk, which means it's possible to retrace each generation's steps all the way back to the very beginning. The gall wasp Garden of Eden.
Virginia Madsen in Sideways.
I like to think about what was going on the year the grapes were growing, how the sun was shining, if it rained. I like to think about all the people who tended and picked the grapes. I like how wine continues to evolve, because a bottle of wine is actually alive.
Sophie Okonedo in Hotel Rwanda.
I cannot let these people today. I cannot let these people. Listen! Listen, I look forward to this place! Don't worry. It's okay. It's okay.
Natalie Portman in Closer.
How does it work? How do you do this to someone? Not good enough.
I fell in love with her, Alice.
Oh, as if you had no choice. There's a moment. There's always a moment. I can do this. I can give in to this, or I can resist it. And I don't know when your moment was, but I bet you there was one. I'm going.
And the Oscar goes to Kate Blanchett in The Aviator.
This is the first Academy Award and second nomination for Kate Blanchett. She was previously nominated for her leading role in Elizabeth.
Thank you very much. Thank you to the Academy, who know Katharine Hepburn so well and are so intimately acquainted with her work. This is an indescribable surprise and honor. Thank you. I know you think it's cheesy, sweetheart, but I have to thank you, my husband, and Hilda Quealy, and Robin Gardner, my Uber agents, and the wonderful Lisa Costello. Everyone involved in The Aviator. When you play someone as terrifyingly well known as Katharine Hepburn, it's a collaborative effort. You need as much help as you can get. And thank you, of course, to Miss Hepburn. The longevity of her career, I think, is inspiring to everyone. But most importantly, and on behalf of everyone I know in The Aviator, thank you to Martin Scorsese. I hope my son will marry your daughter. Thank you.
We'll be back.
Okay, welcome to the second annual Academy Awards at the Sinnos. Actually, it's our third one, but this is the second one we've done here. Welcome.
Welcome, Celeste, and no stranger to the red carpet herself. And who's sporting, and what outfit are you sporting tonight?
This would be, I don't know.
Oh, I
That's
recognize that.
Looks like a Chanel.
It's Chanel. Oh,
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And those shoes, lovely shoes, beautiful outfit. You look great. You guys are so, what are you looking forward to most about the Oscars this evening?
Seeing Halle Berry.
She's gonna win again, but she's not nominated.
No, I know, but I like to watch her. She's beautiful.
All right, very well. Well, come on in.
Today's reality television craze owes its genesis to the documentary
For decades, documentary filmmakers have captured life's beauty and drama.
There is a long-standing belief in Hollywood that some of the finest films ever made were made in the editing room.
Though the tools of the trade are continually changing, nothing can ever replace the skill and judgment of the professional in charge of the process, the film editor.
And here are the Academy Award-worthy nominees for this year.
Thelma Schoonmaker for The Aviator. Jim Miller and Paul Rubel for Collateral. Matt Chessay for Finding Neverland. Joel Cox for $1 Million Baby. Paul Hirsch for Ray.
And the Oscar goes to...
Thelma Schoonmaker for The Aviator.
This is the second Academy Award and fifth nomination for Thelma Schoonmaker. She won in this category for Raging Bull.
Yeah, I know. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is really as much yours as it is mine, Marty. Not only because you helped me edit the movie, but because you think like an editor when you shoot. And you gave us an incredibly dazzling ride on this film and gave us a fantastic group of actors. I truly loved editing your footage and theirs. There are so many people to thank, I won't thank them, but I think they know who they are, the mixers, the wonderful visual effects people, but particularly my assistants, Scott Brock, Tom Foligno, and Aaron Crackle. They really got it up there on the screen. But it's really you, Marty. It's you. Thank you.
Welcome, the lovable Mike Myers.
The French scholar André Bazin said of the filmic arts, "Film tells lies at 24 frames per second." A contemporary, Jean-Luc Godard, said of the cinematic experience that it is both crime and magic. Personally, in Shrek 2, I like the part where he farts in the mud. From the movie Shrek 2, here to sing Accidentally in Love is the very popular singing group that wrote the song Counting Crows.
So she said, what's the problem, baby? What's the problem? I don't know. Well, maybe I'm in love. Think about it anytime I think about it. Can't stop thinking about it. How much longer will it take to cure this? Just to cure it, cause I can't ignore it. This love makes me wanna turn around and face me, but I don't know nothing about love. Oh, come on, come on, turn a little faster. Come on, come on, the world will follow after. Come on, cause everybody's after love. So I said I'm a snowball running down into the spring that's coming. All this love melting under blue sky. accidentally in love, 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 accidentally in love. I'm in love, 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 accidentally. I'm in love, 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 accidentally in love. I'm in love, I'm in love.
Just ahead, Adam Sandler, Natalie Portman, and a special Oscar presentation to a legendary director.
All right. I guess there's some kind of mix-up. So I'm gonna have to do this myself.
Adam, I can help you with the lines.
Okay, all right, Catherine Zeta-Jones, everybody.
I'll do
Okay, all right, we'll do what's written.
Okay.
Catherine, may I just say your dress looks incredibly sexy tonight.
Why, thank you, Adam. It's Versace.
Well, with you in it, it should be called Versexy.
As a little girl growing up in Wales, I saw many British TV series adapted into major works of art.
Cat Zeta, those high heels you're wearing are major works of art. They should be hanging in a museum. The Museum of Sexiness.
Okay, listen, Adam, no more funny business, or you're liable to get a spanking.
Sign me up, Mrs. Douglas.
You know what? You're on your own now, okay?
Okay, all right. Thank you, Rock. I love you. Okay. A screenplay is either an original work or an adaptation of some other material. Both are incredibly challenging to writers. The Oscar for the best screenplay adapted from another source will go to one of these nominees.
Richard Linklater, Julie Delpy, Ethan Hawke, and Kim Krizan for Before Sunset, based on characters created by Richard Linklater and Kim Krizan for the film Before Sunrise. David McGee for Finding Neverland, based on the play The Man Who Was Peter Pan by Alan Mead. Paul Haggis for $1 Million Baby, based on stories from Rope Burns by FX Tool. Jose Rivera for The Motorcycle Diaries, based on the book Notas de Viaje by Ernesto Guevara and Con el Che por America Latina by Alberto Granado. Alexander Payne and Jim Taylor for Sideways, based on the novel Sideways by Rex Pickett.
Right. And the Oscar goes to Alexander Payne and Jim Taylor for Sideways.
This is the first Academy Award for Alexander Payne and Jim Taylor. Alexander Payne is also nominated tonight for directing Sideways.
Hi, good evening. We thank the Academy. We salute our fellow nominees. And we thank Rex Pickett, on whose novel the screenplay was based, and our wonderful producer, Michael London. Jim?
We've been lucky enough to be writing partners for 15 years, and since the beginning, we've had a great pair of agents, David Lubliner.
And David Lunner.
And more recently, a great pair of wives, the stunning and talented Tamara Jenkins.
Equally stunning and talented Sandra Oh.
And my mother taught me to write, and she died before she could see any of this, so This is for you, Mom.
Also, real quick, we love Fox Searchlight for letting us make a film with complete creative freedom. And last but not least, very quickly, I know I'm going to wrap up, I want to share my side of this award with the cast and crew of the film because we had a lot of fun. See you later.
From The Day After Tomorrow and House of Flying Daggers, please welcome Jake Gyllenhaal and ZZ Yang.
Miracles are still being made in motion pictures.
If there's something impossible to be done in a movie, the producer turns to a team of visual effects people. And here are this year's visual effects wizards. For Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Roger Guyette, Tim Burke, John Richardson, and Bill George. For I, Robot, John Nelson, Andrew R. Jones, Eric Nash, and Joe Letteri.
You are experiencing a car accident.
The hell I am!
For Spider-Man 2, John Dykstra, Scott Stockdyke, Anthony LaMolinara, and John Frazier.
And the Oscar goes to
John Dykstra, Scott Stockdyke, Anthony LaMolinara. For Spider-Man 2, John Frazier.
Spider-Man 2.
This is the first Academy Award for Scott Stockdyke, Anthony LaMolinara, and John Frazier. John Dykstra takes home his second Oscar.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello. I'm here to present the honorary Oscar to Sidney Lumet, who has been directing movies for almost 50 years. It's not the years being honored, it's the quality. And isn't quality the measure of an artist? From 12 Angry Men to The Pawn Broker to Dog Day Afternoon and all the years since and in between, a Sidney Lumet movie has a signature, a stamp of individuality, a point of view, a feeling. John Ford, Alfred Hitchcock, Robert Altman, they have a signature, a character, if you will, that make you want to buy a ticket, see their movies. And it's that character which has defined a Sidney Lumet movie. It's real, kinetic energy. You were there as the story was being told. I remember as a kid watching Jason Robards Jr. in a fabulous performance in a television production of Eugene O'Neill's The Iceman Cometh. I was so inspired by it, it influenced everything that followed in my life as an actor. It was directed by Sidney Lumet. And then I was lucky enough to be directed by Sidney. What does a director do? To quote Sidney, a director directs. He directs you where to go, what to do, sends you there in mind and body. The script instructed me to rob a bank. Sidney told me exactly where to go, what to do, and there I was robbing a bank. He made it happen. If you prayed to inhabit a character, Sidney was the priest who listened to your prayers, helped make them come true. I used to love to watch Sidney direct, and so did others. I mean, a self-propelled torpedo, a whirling dervish on a set, fast. He brought you to life in rehearsal, and then he got you ready. And when you were ready, you didn't have to act because the process of becoming the character had already been set in motion, and Sidney was the camera. As an old village poet put it to me in the 60s, if you dig it, it's yours. I dug Sidney Lumet back then. I dig him now. because what he had to give, I took and made mine. I'm forever grateful, along with all the other actors and writers who have benefited so much from Sidney's genius.
Tap, KO, 1, 2, 3. Come here, KO. Right back.
Action! What's the matter with you guys? You all know he's guilty. He's got to burn. You're letting him slip through our fingers.
You want to see this boy die because you personally want it, not because of the facts. You're a sadist.
Kill him out.
You don't really mean you'll kill me, do you?
I should be arrested for what I'm thinking.
We go again. We can't do it again. Not without more pay and more chocolate.
More pay for him, more chocolate for me.
But if the bombers don't respond, then what?
The fighters would be ordered to shoot them down.
Who gives that order?
You do, sir.
You crazy bastard! You prop up dead men and inspect them if you're ordered to. You're right!
All my life, I wanted to be a cop.
Hey, it's me, Serpico!
But I feel like a criminal because I don't take money.
There can't be that much money around without dirty cops.
You know what we're fighting out there? So I break a couple of heads. If you're dirty, you're going.
I will not give up my partners.
Don't you realize that by just saying that, you've confessed you're all in it?
Swear to me right here, Pop. Right here. You're clean.
35 back on the count.
I'm as mad as hell.
You're going to be well. I'm going to make you well.
Mr. Naziman, what happened?
I did not die.
Death trap. Death trap.
I learned a long time ago it's not safe to be a thief.
Too young to play it safe.
And me too. He did.
All I wanted on this trial was a fair shake. Push me into court 5 days early. I lose my star witness, and I can't get a continuance, and I don't care. I'm going up there, I'm gonna try it, I'm gonna let the jury decide.
Okay, gang, very good. Just one thing more. Hey, Mark.
But you're an FBI agent. You're an FBI agent smuggling liquor into...
Your brother's the one insisted we go.
He was an alcoholic!
Come. I did good work, didn't I?
Ladies and gentlemen, Sidney Lumet.
Thank you. Thank you. You're very kind, and I thank you. From the time I did my first movie, I, needless to say, like everyone else, started to fantasize about Oscar. And I I was lucky enough to be nominated on the first movie, so I started to fantasize about the speech. And I was real smart, Alec, and I thought I would say something like, I don't want to thank anybody, I did it alone. I wasn't true, but I thought it'd be a way of getting a little attention. When Frank Pearson called me about receiving this one, of course, I started thinking about the speech again. And I realized that if I totaled up all of the thank yous that I've heard in all of these years, I wouldn't be able to thank all the people that I really want to. And I'm not just talking about the glorious talents that I've worked with on both sides of the camera, but there are so many with whom I've never even worked that I owe so much. I mean, how do I thank Spielberg and Scorsese and Coppola? And how do I thank Jean Vigo and Carl Dreyer and Willy Wyler and Kurosawa and Buster Keaton? And I'm not mentioning the ones that I really stole from. What about the Epsteins for writing a line like, "Here's looking at you, kid"? Or Wilder and Diamond for, well, nobody's perfect. Or Farrago for Mother of God, is this the end of Rico? So what I guess it comes down to is I'd like to thank the movies. I know that sounds general, but it's very real to me. I've got the best job in the best profession in the world. So I just want to thank all of it. And of course, the ones who've paid more dues than I have. Thank you, Piety, Amy, Jenny. See you later.
Coming up, Laura Linney, Annette Bening, Kate Winslet, and the Oscar for Best Cinematography. The 77th Annual Academy Awards on ABC, brought to you by...
Especially for the film. Stories don't always end happily ever after, and this song gives voice to the phantom struggle to face a solitary future. We are pleased to have the composer, Andrew Lloyd Webber, accompanying on the piano tonight as Learn to Be Lonely is performed by the wonderfully talented Beyoncé.
Child of the wilderness, born into emptiness, learn to be lonely, learn to find your way in darkness. Who will be there for you? Comfort and care for you. Learn to be lonely. Learn to be your one companion. Never dream that out in the world there are arms to hold you. You've always known your heart
has sung 2 songs, Janet Jackson, and nothing has come out yet. Wow, Jay-Z don't play that. Now, we would like to acknowledge the wonderful Academy Award Show Orchestra, directed for the 17th time by Oscar winner Bill Conti. Yeah. Okay, here's some great news. So far, 10 awards have been given out, and not one of the winners has tested positive for steroids, okay? So we're cool there. Now, please welcome comedy superstar Jeremy Irons.
So good to be recognized at last. You have to be careful who you say this to in this town, but there are some movies that, though they're wonderful, they are maybe just a tad too long. I hope they missed. And then there are some that are so good that we never want them to end. Those often fall into this category, where brevity has its own reward. The nominees for Best Live Action Short are Everything in This Country Must, Gary McKee.
Robert Richardson for The Aviator. This is the second Oscar and 5th nomination for Robert Richardson. He took home his first Oscar in this category for JFK.
Oh, there's 2.
Well, I get 2 there. I'd like to say thank you very much. This evening, for me, is dedicated to my mother, who has spent the last 45 days in the hospital, and I'd like to say thank you to all the nurses and the doctors that have taken care of her, as well as her friends. I love you, Mom. Thank you.
Just ahead, Salma Hayek, Penelope Cruz, and the 4th Oscar-nominated song when the 77th Annual Academy Awards return.
Our first category is sound mixing, where the talented efforts of the production and post-production sound mixing combine artistry with technology to create intimate portraits and vibrant soundscapes which allow the audience to fully experience the filmmaker's vision.
And here are the people who did an outstanding job in accomplishing that task.
Going down! I'm not gonna make it by!
Tom Fleischman and Peter Little for The Aviator. Randy Tom, Gary A. Rizzo, and Doug Kane for The Incredibles.
I love you.
Whoa.
Dude, it's Christmas, the ice is frozen over the tracks!
Randy Tom, Tom Johnson, Denny Sands, and William B. Kaplan for The Polar Express.
I'm under your spell.
Scott Mulan, Greg Orloff, Bob Beamer, and Steve Cantamessa for Ray.
Let's see you scurry out of this.
Kevin O'Connell, Greg P. Russell, Jeffrey J. Habush, and Joseph Geisinger for Spider-Man 2.
And the Oscar goes to Scott Millen, Greg Orloff, Bob Newman, and Steve Cantamessa.
This is the third Academy Award and sixth nomination for Scott Milan and Bob Beamer. This is the first win and nomination for Greg Orloff and Steve Cantamesa.
Wow. It's impossible to express how lucky we were to work on a film about the gentleman Ray Charles. The storytelling allowed us to use sound, and we were very lucky that Taylor had...
This next award is for sound editing. The sound editor takes all the usable original auditory elements involved in a film, plus the new production tracks,
which include sound effects, dialogue, and other sounds, and delivers them to the sound mixer.
Sounds good to me.
So here are the people who are nominated this year for sound editing. Michael Silvers and Randy Tom for The Incredibles.
Oh, my back!
Randy Tom and Dennis Leonard for The Polar Express. Paul and J. Otteson for Spider-Man 2.
And the Oscar goes to Michael Silvers and Randy Tom for The Incredibles.
This is the first Academy Award and third nomination for Michael Silvers. Multiple nominee Randy Tom takes home his second Oscar.
Thank you so much. Certain Academy Awards like sound and visual effects and editing are sometimes referred to as technical awards. They are not technical awards. They're given for artistic decisions.
Finalists Alberto Granado and Ernesto Guevara. The name is Al Otro Lado del Río, or The Other Side of the River. It was written and beautifully sung in Spanish by Jorge Drexler. So for those of you who don't speak Spanish, I would like to translate a portion of the song's powerful message into English. Overall, I believe not everything is lost. On this side of the world, what is not seized is useless. I believe I have seen the light on the other side of the river. For those of you who don't speak English either, trust me, it's a wonderful song. To pay tribute to the first song in Spanish ever to be nominated by an Academy Award, please welcome the multi-talented Antonio Banderas and the legendary Carlos Santana performing Jorge Drexler's Al Otro Lado del Río.
Clavo mi remo en el agua, llevo tu remo en el mío. Creo que he visto una luz al otro lado del río. El día le irá pudiendo poco a poco al frío. Creo que he visto una luz al otro lado del río. Sobre todo creo que no todo está perdido. Tanta lágrima y yo soy un vaso vacío. Oigo una voz que me llama, casi un suspiro. Rema, rema, rema. Rema, rema, rema. tristeza es baldío. Creo que he visto una luz al otro lado del río. Y yo muy serio voy remando, muy adentro sonrío. Creo que he visto una luz al otro lado del río. Sobre todo creo que no todo está perdido. Tanta lágrima y yo soy un vaso vacío. Oigo una voz que me llama, casi un suspiro. Rema, rema, rema. Rema, rema, rema. Clavo mi remo en el agua, llevo tu remo en el mío. Creo que he visto una luz al otro lado del río.
They've brilliantly chronicled real stories about lives impacted by autism, racial and religious prejudice, homelessness, and complex family relationships. They are this year's outstanding nominees for Best Documentary Short Subject, and I applaud them.
Here that underscores or accompanies the action in a film, whether someone is walking down a New York street with attitude, or the superheroes chasing the bad guys, also with attitude. Every emotion is heightened with music. The 5 nominated composers in this category have demonstrated their ability to consistently hit the right note, and they are Finding Neverland by Jan A.P. Kazmarek, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban by John Williams, Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events by Thomas Newman, The Passion of the Christ by John Debney, The Village by James Newton Howard, and the Oscar goes to Jan A.P. Kazmarek for Finding Neverland.
This is the first Academy Award and nomination for Jan A.P. Kazmarek.
I cannot tell you how happy I am, and thank you, Academy. Finding Neverland was a great adventure, and I'm so proud to be part of it. And my friend and agent, Anita Greenspan, thank you so much. Who is left? Many people, but I'm too overwhelmed to really go on. I should certainly take opportunity to, as the first person in the room, to thank Harvey Weinstein for his support, and very thankful as well for supporting Finding Neverland and my case. Musicians, usually forgotten, but extraordinary people who made music alive, and without them, the best music just doesn't exist. So thank you very much, my collaborators in Poland and here in America, Christopher, Rafał, Leszek. Thank you so much. I'm very, very honored.
He's nominated for a Best Directing Oscar tonight. Welcome, Martin Scorsese.
Jean Hersholt was an actor from Denmark who made his own mark in Hollywood,
playing saintly doctors on screen and whose off-screen character was equally admirable. His concern and care and for the comfort of all workers who helped make movies inspired our Academy to establish a humanitarian award in his name. Now, the Hersholt Award is not given every year, but this year it's been voted to veteran film executive Roger Mayer, whose humanitarian efforts add luster to the golden statuette named Oscar. Like Hersholt himself, Roger's one of the good guys. Roger Mayer's long involvement with and brilliant leadership of the Motion Picture and Television Fund is without precedent. This compassionate group acts as a safety net, providing charitable, social, and medical assistance to those in our industry. The MPTF takes care of its own like no other. In the arena of film preservation, a cause close to my own heart, in preserving and restoring motion pictures. As founding chair of the National Film Preservation Foundation, the collector and protector of cinematic treasures, he has ensured that our past lives on for future moviegoers. With his crucial work in saving both films and those that make films, he has earned this award twice over. For all of the love he has shown for all of us, we gratefully present this Gene Hersholt Award to my friend, Roger Mayer.
Thank you so much. Marty, thank you for your kind introduction, and to John Bloom for that wonderful film, by the way. As many of you know, Marty's Film Foundation has been a leader in the film preservation movement, just as Gene Hersholt was a leader in the Motion Picture and Television Fund. And interestingly enough, he contributed the land on which our hospital, retirement community, and Alzheimer's unit were built. So there's a real connection there. As for film preservation, I must give credit to the 6 board chairmen, 7 production heads during my 25 years at MGM, who either backed our endeavors or weren't quite sure what we were doing, so let it happen anyway. And then came Ted Turner and his cohorts in Atlanta, who understood the importance of all this and kept it going even when funds were pretty short. Preservation and restoration are now led by the studios and organizations nationwide, such as the Museum of Modern Art in Eastman House in New York, the UCLA, and our own Academy Archives here in Los Angeles, and most particularly, the Library of Congress. And as I thank the Academy's Board of Governors for this great honor, I want to remind all of you that the Academy itself, namely you, support film preservation and health care through both the Motion Picture and Television Fund and the National Film Preservation Foundation. So we sincerely thank you. And of course, most importantly, thanks to my family, all of whom are here tonight. My children, Patty and Larry, daughter-in-law, Jennifer, sister Florence, granddaughters, Natasha and Anna, and most especially, my wife of 52.5 years, Pauline. "52.5 years, and they say nothing lasts in Hollywood? Well, love really does, taking care of our own does, and the art of film does if we properly preserve it. So I'm going to keep at it and hope you will continue your support. Thank you very, very much.
Please welcome 3-time Academy Award nominee, Annette Bening.
From the first piano player who pounded out bars of Rossini's William Tell Overture during a chase sequence in a silent movie house, music has been film's handmaiden. Music provokes laughter, encourages tears, awes and frightens and comforts us. Our musicians evoke the exciting promise of an overture, the pageantry of a parade, and the solemn dirge of a farewell. Now hear an internationally acclaimed soloist performing the Saraban's excerpt from Suite 6 by Johann Sebastian Bach as a requiem for movie memory makers who left us last year. Ladies and gentlemen, Yo-Yo Ma.
So many negative things going on in the world. This song has a very real and powerful message. So listen up and hook into that inner child and do like the song says. Believe will be sung tonight by two stars who can make believers out of anybody. Please welcome Beyonce and Josh Groban.
Children sleeping, snow is softly falling. Dreams are calling, like bells in the distance.
We were dreamers not so long But one by one we all had to grow up.
When it seems the magic slipped away,
We find it all again on Christmas Day.
believe in what your heart is saying. Hear the melody that's playing. There's no time to waste.
There's so much to celebrate.
Believe in what you feel inside and give your dreams the wings to fly. You have everything you need if you just believe. Trains move quickly to their journey's end.
Destinations are where we begin again.
Believe in what your heart is saying. Hear the melody that's playing. There's no time to waste.
There's so much to celebrate.
Believe in what you feel inside and give your dreams the wings to fly. You have everything you need if you just believe. If you just believe.
Whoa, that was incredible. See the chemistry there, Jay-Z? I would not trust my woman with Josh Groban. You know, I'd go get it if I was you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Academy Award winner, Prince.
Now that you've heard all the nominated songs, it's time to announce who will receive the Oscar for Original Song. Just to refresh your memories, here are the 5 selections.
Accidentally in love.
From Shrek 2, Accidentally in Love, music by Adam Duritz, Charles Gilliam, Jim Boges, David Immergluck, Matthew Malley, and David Bryson. Lyric by Adam Duritz and Daniel Victory. From the Motorcycle Diaries, Al Otro Latro del Rio, music and lyric by Jorge Drexler. From the Polar Express, Believe, music and lyric by Glenn Ballard and Alan Silvestris. From the Phantom of the Opera, Learn to be Lonely, music by Andrew Lloyd Webber, lyric by Charles Hart. From the Chorus, Look to Your Path, music by Bruno Coulet, lyric by Christophe Baratihe. And the Oscar goes to Jorge Drexler for Al Otro Latro del Rio from the Motorcycle Diaries.
This is the first Academy Award and nomination for Jorge Drexler.
Clavo mi remo en el agua, llevo tu remo en el mío. Creo que he visto una luz al otro lado del río. El día le irá pudiendo poco a poco al frío. Creo que he visto una luz al otro lado del río. Chao. Thank you. Gracias. Chao.
Last year, he took home the Oscar for performance by
What Jude and all other talented actors know is that for every greatly talented actor, there are 5 actresses who are nothing short of magic. And the Academy's favorite 5 this year are
Annette Bening in Being Julia.
Just admit it, Michael. You've never understood what it means to carry a play. I'm the only one who takes it seriously. Michael, you know that. All you do is count the money and think it's a bloody great lark. Take the play off.
Our partner won't like it.
To hell with Dolly!
Catalina Sandino Moreno in Maria Full of Grace.
¿Y la plata de Lucy?
¿Cómo así que la plata de Lucy?
Quiero darle la plata a la familia.
Usted no tiene nada que ver con eso.
Pero es que ella se murió haciendo esto. Ya encontraron el cadáver. Yo lo único que quiero es que usted me dé la plata para yo entregársela a la hermana. Además, después de todo lo que usted le hicieron, es su responsabilidad.
Imelda Staunton in Vera Drake.
I know why you're here.
Why are we here?
Because of what I do.
Because of what you do.
Yes.
What is it that you do, Mrs. Drake?
I help young girls out.
Hilary Swank in $1 Million Baby.
Wasting your time. I told you I don't train girls.
Thought you might change your mind.
There's dozens of trainers who train girls. You won't have any trouble finding one.
Don't hardly need a dozen, boss. You'll do fine.
Don't call me boss now. I'm not your boss, and don't you be calling me that. Willie, you ready to work?
Anytime.
If I stop calling you boss, will you train me?
Kate Winslet in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
You ever shop at Barnes & Noble?
Sure.
That's it!
Yeah.
I've seen you, man. Book slave there for like 5 years now.
I would thought I would remember you.
5 years? It might be the hair.
What might?
It changes a lot, the color. That's why you might not recognize me.
And the Oscar goes to Hilary Swank. $1 Million Baby.
This is the second Academy Award for Hilary Swank, who took home her first Oscar for her leading role in Boys Don't Cry. She's also the first female in Academy history to be nominated for playing a boxer.
I don't know what I did in this life to deserve all this. I'm just a girl from a trailer park who had a dream. I never thought this would ever happen, let alone be nominated, and a working actor for that matter, and now this. I thank the Academy. I am eternally grateful for this great honor. I would also like to acknowledge my fellow nominees, Annette, Imelda, Kate, and Catalina. Your work inspires me beyond words. I am going to start by thanking my husband because I'd like to think I learned from past mistakes. Chad, you're my everything. Thank you for your support. It means the world. I would never be standing here if it weren't for each and every one of the brilliant people I had surrounding me, supporting me, and believing in me. Tom Rosenberg, Gary Lucchese, thank you for sending me this most marvelous script. You will never know how grateful I am. Paul Haggis for writing this beautiful script. Our other producers extraordinaire, Al Reddy, Clint, Rob Lorenz, Phyllis Huffman, our casting director, my trainers, Grant Roberts and Hector Roca. You pushed me further than I ever thought I could push myself, up to that last pound, actually to that last ounce. I thank you. My sparring partners who were so patient, and everyone at Gleason's. Let's see, well, the ever amazing Morgan Freeman. Tom Stern, our cinematographer, you are brilliant. Joel Cox, our editor. You're amazing. You know, I'm going to thank my mom for believing in me from the beginning, my dad for his support, my agents, Josh Lieberman, Tony Lip, Kelly Tiffin, John Campisi, Jason Weinberg, my manager. You can't do that because I haven't gotten to Clint yet. I saved him for the end. Carl Austin, Jeff Bernstein, my lawyers, and then Clint. Clint Eastwood, thank you for allowing me to go on this journey with you. Thank you for believing in me. You're my Makushla. Thank you. Alan Horn and Warner Brothers as well. Thank you. And you know what? Wait! Troy Nankin! Troy Nankin, my best friend and publicist! Thank you!
I really wanted to provide you with synopsis of this year's best foreign language film in their respective languages, but wouldn't you know it, there isn't enough time. So here are the nominees for best foreign language film.
As It Is in Heaven from Sweden, Kai Pollak. The Chorus from France, Christophe Baratier. Downfall from Germany, Oliver Hirschbiegel.
Mein Führer, bewahren Sie Ihren Glauben an den Endsieg. Führen Sie uns.
The Sea Inside from Spain, Alejandro Amenabar.
Hola. Perdona que no te dé la mano.
¿Cómo que no? Yesterday from South Africa, Daryl Root.
And the Oscar goes to... And the Oscar goes to España for Mar Adentro, accepting the award, Alejandro Amenabar.
This is the 4th Academy Award and 19th nomination for Spain.
Thank you so much. This film is based on a man who, despite his desire for death, spread so much life around him. So the third part of this award goes for him, belongs to him, whatever he is. The third part is for Javier Bardem for his outstanding performance and his generosity.
Don Cheadle in Hotel Rwanda.
They say you led the massacre.
I led no massacres.
Do you think they're going to believe you?
You will tell them the truth.
I will tell them nothing unless you help me. What are you going to do? Shoot me? Shoot me. Please shoot me. It would be a blessing. I will pay you.
Johnny Depp in Finding Neverland.
She went to Neverland. And you can visit her anytime you like. If you just go there yourself.
How?
By believing, Peter.
Leonardo DiCaprio in The Aviator.
Actresses are cheap in this town, darling. I got a lot of money.
Howard, please. This is beneath you.
No, this is exactly me. You come in here out of the blue and tell me you're leaving me just like that, and you have the nerve to expect graciousness?
I expect you to face the situation like an adult who...
Don't talk down to me. Don't you ever talk down to me. You are a movie star. Nothing more.
Clint Eastwood in $1 Million Baby.
What did your manager do? You were a hell of a fighter, a lot better than Willie. He get you a title fight, or did he just bust you out banging your head against other people's fists until you lost your eye? I had my shot. Yeah, well, I remember. And excuse me if I didn't want my fighter spending the second half of his life cleaning up other people's spit.
Jamie Foxx in Ray.
Atlantic has done pretty good money-wise on my records, haven't we?
Yes, we've done very well, Ray.
Yeah, you were the ones that taught me that making a record is business and find the best business deal that you can. Now, 75 cents of every dollar and owning my own masters is a pretty damn good deal. Can you match it?
And the Oscar goes to Jamie Foxx and Ray.
This is the first Academy Award and second nomination for Jamie Foxx. He's the 10th person to be nominated in both acting categories in the same year.
I guess we got to do it again. Yeah, you ready. That's the Ray Charles. Give it up for Ray Charles and his beautiful legacy. And thank you, Ray Charles, for living. I got so many people to thank tonight, and first I'm gonna start it out with Taylor Hackford. Taylor, you took a chance, man. I mean, that love for Ray Charles was deep down in the earth somewhere, and you opened it up, and it's cracked open, and it's spilling, and everybody is drowning in this love. And I thank you for taking a chance on this film, and thank you for waiting 15 years to get me to do it. I want to thank you. I want to thank Crusader. I want to thank my agents. I want to thank Rick Kurtzman. I want to thank Kim Hodgett. I want to thank Steve Smoot. I want to thank my managers, Jamie King and Marcus King. Let's live this African-American dream. It's beautiful. I'm glad I'm with you, and I ain't never leaving you, so I love you. I got a chance to meet a whole lot of people experiencing this. And other people I want to thank my sister, 4'11", of nothing but pure love. I want to thank my daughter for telling me just before I got up here, if you don't win, Dad, you're still good. I just see Oprah and I see Hallie. I just want to say your names. I want to talk to you later, both of you. Because Oprah allowed me to meet somebody by the name of Sidney Poitier. And yes, Sidney Poitier said, I saw you once, and I looked in your eyes and there was a connection. And he says, I give to you responsibility. So I'm taking that responsibility tonight. And thank you, Sidney. This is probably going to be the toughest part of this speech. My daughter shares my grandmother's name, Marie. My grandmother's name is Estelle Marie Talley. And she's not here tonight, and this is going to be the toughest part, but she was my first acting teacher. She told me, stand up straight, put your shoulders back, act like you got some sense. We would go places, and I would wild out, and she says, act like you've been somewhere. And then when I would act a fool, she would beat me. She would whoop me. And she could get an Oscar for the way she whooped me because she was great at it. And after she whipped me, she would talk to me and tell me why she whipped me. Said, I want you to be a Southern gentleman. And she still talks to me now. Only now she talks to me in my dreams. And I can't wait to go to sleep tonight because we got a lot to talk about. I love you.
We'll be back with this year's Best Motion Picture Oscar. Academy Award winner, Julia Roberts.
Happy birthday, Marva. It is my honor to present the Oscar for Achievement in Directing. Every one of them did an extraordinary job of bringing their vision to the screen. The nominees are for The Aviator, Martin Scorsese. For $1 Million Baby, Clint Eastwood. For Ray, Taylor Hackford. For Sideways, Alexander Payne. For Vera Drake, Mike Lee. And the Oscar goes to Clint Eastwood for $1 Million Baby.
This is the third Academy Award nomination for Clint Eastwood in this category. He was previously nominated for Mystic River and Unforgiven, for which he won a directing Oscar in 1992.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'd like to thank my wife, who's my best pal down here, and my mother, who was here with me in 1993. She was only 84 then, but she's here with me again tonight, and she just... So at 96, I'm thanking her for her genes. It was a wonderful adventure. It takes to make a picture in 37 days takes a well-oiled machine, and that well-oiled machine is a crew. The cast, of course, you've met a lot of them, but there's still Margot and Anthony and Michael and Mike and Jay and everybody else who was so fabulous in this cast, and the crew, Campanelli and Billy Coe, and of course Tom Stern, who was fantastic, and Henry Bumstead, the great Henry Bumstead, who is the head of our crack geriatrics team, and Henry and Jack Taylor and Dick Goddard, all those guys, and Walt and everybody. I can't think of everybody now. I'm going to get a blank, but Warren, you were right. And thank you for your confidence early in the evening. And I'm just lucky to be here, lucky to be still working. And I watched Sidney Lumet out there, who's 80, and I figure, hey, I'm just a kid. I'll just...
Whenever skies look gray to me and trouble begins to brew, whenever the wind